أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله نستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا فقد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربي زدني علما سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. My dear audiences, my dear friends, brothers, sisters, relatives, and those who are watching through Facebook, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is a great pleasure for me to attend this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, and at the very beginning, at the commencement of this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, I would like to express my deep gratitude to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying, Alhamdulillah, all praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, we shall have a discussion on verse number 138 of Suratu Emraan. So as usual, at first we shall go to the recitation as well as meaning of verse number, ayat number 138 of Suratu Emraan. Then inshallah we shall go to the elaborate discussion. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هذا بيان للناس وهدى وموعظة للمتقين صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك. I seek refuge, I seek shelter to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the accursed devil, from the accursed shaitan, and I am beginning with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is most merciful, most beneficent. Hādhā bayanun linnas. This Holy Qur'an is the elaborate explanation for the human being. Wa hudan, and it is guidance. Wa maw'iza, and the Holy Qur'an is the advices lil muttaqin, for those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the truth, and His prophets and messengers have also said the truth, and we are among the witnesses. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the greatest. So this was the recitation as well as meaning of verse number, ayat number 138 of Suratu Ali Emraan. In this verse number 138 of Suratu Ali Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a definition of this holy book, the Holy Qur'an. As we know, this Holy Qur'an, which has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to our beloved Prophet. And this Holy Qur'an, it is the guideline for us. And we are very much proud, being a Muslim, being an actual believer of Islam, we are proud that we used to follow this Holy Qur'an. We used to follow this holy book. And who is the writer of this book? Who is the author of this book? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself is the author of this book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself is the writer of this book. Allahu Akbar. So we the Muslims, we follow this holy book, Holy Qur'an. And we are proud that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself is the author of this book. Allahu Akbar. And here, in verse number 138 of Suratu Ali Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the definition of this holy book. And before going there, at first we shall go to the verse number 1 and 2 of Suratul Baqarah. As usual, we used to find that when a book is written by anyone, and in the preamble, in the introduction, the writer used to write down that there might be some mistakes in the book, and you will forgive my mistakes. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the writer of this holy book, in the preamble, in the very beginning of Suratul Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Alif Lam Mim, Zalikal Kitabu La Raiba Fi, Hudan Lil Muttaqin. Alif Lam Mim. Alif Lam Mim, it is called in Arabic Haraful Muqattu'at. Haraful Muqattu'at means syllable letters, separate letters. And in the second verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Zalikal Kitabu La Raiba Fi. This is the book where there is no doubt, there is no mistake. Allahu Akbar. So, we the Muslims, we the believers of Islam are proud that we used to follow this holy book. And this holy book has been written, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the author of this book. Allahu Akbar. And this is the book where there is no mistake, there is no conflict, there is no complication. Allahu Akbar. So in verse number 138 of Suratu Emraan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving definition of this holy book, of this holy Qur'an. And what is the definition? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Haza bayanul linnas. This holy Qur'an is nothing but the elaborate discussion for the human being. So this holy Qur'an, we used to recite this. Mere recitation will not be enough until and unless we go through the meaning and explanation of the each and every ayat, each and every verse of the holy Qur'an. Because this holy Qur'an, if we recite mere recitation, if we mere recite this, we shall get reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We shall get sawab, that is reward. But actual purpose will not be served by mere recitation until and unless we have gone through the meaning and explanation of the Holy Quran. Because this Holy Quran has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This Holy Quran has been sent down by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon our beloved Prophet for guidance of our personal life, for guidance of our family life, for guidance of our social life, for guidance of our state life, national life, as well as for guidance of our international life. Allahu Akbar. So, we are proud that we used to follow this Holy Quran. And this Holy Quran has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the author of this holy book. Allahu Akbar. And first definition of the Holy Quran is that Holy Quran is elaborate discussion for the human being. Wa hudan, it is the guidance for the human being. Wa maw'iza, Holy Quran is the advice for the human being as well as for those who fear Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in today's tafsir, we shall mainly discuss about the greatness, excellence, necessity, importance of the Holy Quran. The subject matter of today's tafsir is the importance, the significance, the excellence, the greatness of the Holy Quran, as well as the necessity of the Holy Quran. Now inshallah, we shall go with some relevant other ayats, relevant other verses from the Holy Quran. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. First relevant verse, relevant ayat in today's tafsir is verse number 257 from Suratul Baqarah. In verse number 257, Suratul Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Allahu waliyul ladhina amanu yukriduhum minaz zulumati ilan nur walladhina kafaru awliyauhumut taghut yukrijunahum minan nuri ilaz zulumat ulaika ashabun nar hum fiha khalidun. Verse number 257, ayat number 257, Suratul Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Allahu waliyul ladhina amanu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the guardian, protector for the believers of Islam. And what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do? Yukrijuhum minaz zulumati ilan nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the guardian, protector, saver for the believers of Islam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to bring out the believers of Islam from darkness and take them to the light. Allahu Akbar. That means those who will follow this holy book, this holy Qur'an properly, perfectly, they will be brought out from darkness and they will be taken to the light by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because those who used to follow the Holy Quran, those who used to try to follow the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes their protector, their guardian, their savior. Allahu Akbar. And those who will follow this Holy Quran, they will never be misguided. Allahu Akbar. And on the other portion of this ayat, of this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَوْلِيَاؤُهُمُ الطَّاغُوتُ يُخْرِجُونَهُم مِّنَ النُّورِ إِلَى الظُّلُمَاتِ. And those who do not follow the Holy Quran, that means those who are non-believers of Islam, kafir, non-believers of Islam, their guardian is the devil. And devil used to take them from light to darkness. Nauzubillahi min zalik. So those who do not follow this holy book, this holy Quran, they are in the darkness. They have gone to the darkness from the light. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Ulaika ashabun nar. And what will be their last destination? The devil will lastly take them to the fire, to the hell. Hum fiha khalidun. And there they shall remain forever. So among us who do not follow this Holy Quran, please come under the shelter of the Holy Quran. Try to follow this Holy Quran properly, perfectly, fully, without raising any question. It is our utmost duty, it is our foremost duty to follow this holy book, this Holy Quran, fully, properly, perfectly. Next relevant verse, relevant in today's tafsir is verse number 175, Suratu Nisa. In verse number 175, Suratu Nisa, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ya ayyuhan nasu qad ja'akum burhanum min rabbikum wa anzalna ilaykum nuram mubina. O the people of the world, obviously this Quran, this Holy Quran is nothing but a convincing proof, powerful proof, this Holy Quran from your Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is light. It is clear light. That means this Holy Quran is the convincing proof. And this Holy Quran used to take people from darkness to the light. Allahu Akbar. If anyone tries to follow this Holy Quran, he will never face any difficulty, inshallah. In all fields, he must succeed. Because in verse number 257, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the protector, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the savior, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is the guardian of those who try to follow the Holy Quran. Allahu Akbar. So this was verse number 175 from Suratu Nisa, relevant in today's tafsir. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 156 from Suratul An'am. In verse number 156, Suratul An'am, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَهَذَا كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ مُبَارَكٌ فَاتَّبِعُوهُ وَاتَّقُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. And this Holy Qur'an, it has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it is a blessing for us. Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given many blessings to us. If we want to count down the blessings of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the pen will be finished, the ink will be finished, but blessings cannot be write down fully. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us so many blessings, countless blessings. And one of the blessing to the human being, the best blessing upon the human being by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the revelation of the Holy Qur'an. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us, فَاتَّبِعُوهُ, you follow this Holy Qur'an. وَاتَّقُوا, and fear Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ, it is hoped. And if you fear Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you follow this Holy Qur'an, you will be blessed. Mercy will be given upon you. Allahu Akbar. This was verse number 156 from Suratul An'am. But it is a matter of great regret that we the Muslims only recite this Holy Qur'an. We do not try to follow. We do not try to understand the meaning and explanation of the Holy Qur'an. It is very much unfortunate. Trying to know the meaning and explanation of the Holy Qur'an is mandatory as well as obligatory for each and every Muslim. So this was verse number 156 from Suratul An'am. Now relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 89 from Suratul Nahl. In verse number 89, Suratul Nahl, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Suratul Nahl is the surah number 16 from the Holy Quran. وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبْيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ, O Prophet, I have revealed this Holy Quran upon you. And in the Holy Quran, I have discussed everything, as I have already said. There is no part of our life, either our personal life or our family life or our social life or our national life or even our international life. In all fields, this Holy Quran gives us directions, and it is the guidance, it is the blessings, and it is the tiding news, good news, great news for the believers of Islam. This was verse number 89 from Suratul Nahl. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 1, Suratul Kahf. Surah Al-Kahf, verse number 1, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitab wa lam yaj'al lahu iwaja. Many criticizers, many non-Muslims tried to find out any conflict, any mistake in the Holy Quran. But they could not find out even a single mistake, even a single conflict in the Holy Quran. And about 1500 years ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has narrated this. Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihil kitab. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has sent down, who has revealed upon his servant, that means upon our beloved Prophet, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this Holy Quran. And in the Holy Quran there is no mistake, there is no crookedness, there is no complication, there is no difficulties, there is no conflict in the Holy Quran. As I have said at the very beginning of this tafsir, that in Suratu Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is the book which does not have any doubt. There is no doubt about this book. There is no mistake. There is no conflict. There is no crookedness. There is no complication. There is no difficulties. There is no contradiction in the Holy Quran. And many non-Muslims, while tried to find out mistake in the Holy Quran by making search, by perusing the Holy Quran, they tried to find out a mistake. But by going through the Holy Quran, they were so impressed that they embraced Islam. Allahu Akbar. They became Muslim. Many non-believers have become Muslim. Although they started to find out any mistake, any contradiction, any crookedness, any complication from the Holy Quran. But when they went through the Holy Quran, when they have gone through the Holy Quran, they were so impressed that they embraced Islam themselves. Allahu Akbar. But it is a matter of great regret. But we the Muslims, we do not try to know the meaning and explanation of the Holy Quran. We may recite this Holy Quran and keep it in the upper level of the house. This Holy Quran has not been revealed only for mere recitation. It is the guideline for us in all respects of our life, in all fields of our life. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 10, Suratul Anbiya. In verse number 10, Suratul Anbiya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, لَقَدْ أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكُمْ كِتَابًا فِيهِ ذِكْرُكُمْ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Obviously, I have revealed this Holy Quran upon you, upon the Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O Prophet, I have revealed this Quran upon you, and in this holy book there are advices for you, there are guidelines for you. Allahu Akbar. Afala ta'qilun. Will you not understand? This was verse number 10, Suratul Anbiya. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 1, 2 and 3 from Suratu Luqman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in verse number 1, 2 and 3, Suratu Luqman, Alif Lam Mim, Tilka Ayatul Kitabil Hakim, Hudan wa Rahmatan lil Muhsinin. Alif Lam Mim, as I have already said, Alif Lam Mim, it is called in Arabic Huruful Muqatta'at. That means syllable letters, separated letters. The meaning of these syllable letters, Huruful Muqatta'at, is only known by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody knows the actual meaning of these huruful muqatta'at of these syllable letters. In verse number 2 of Suratul Luqman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Tilka ayatul kitabil hakim. This Holy Quran is the book of wisdom, book of knowledge. Allahu Akbar. Hudan, and this is the guidance. Wa rahmatan, and this is the blessings. Lil muhsinin, for those who used to do good deeds. That means this Holy Quran is the guideline. This Holy Quran is the blessings for the people who are good doers, who used to do good jobs. Allahu Akbar. That means Muhsin means the person who always does good deeds. Muhsinin, a good doer. This was verse number 1, 2 and 3, Suratul Luqman. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 28, Suratul Zumar. In verse number 28, Suratul Zumar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Qur'anan Arabiyan ghayra zi iwazin la'allahum yattaqoon. This Quran has been revealed in Arabic language, and there is no crookedness, there is no complication, there is no mistake, there is no difficulty in the Holy Quran. There is no conflict, there is no contradiction in the Holy Quran. Allahu Akbar. So we the Muslims, we are fortunate, we are proud. This holy book, which has been written, which has been sent down, which has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself is the author of this holy book. Allahu Akbar. So we are proud for that. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 21, Suratul Hasr. In Suratul Hasr, verse number 21, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Suratul Hasr is Surah number 59 from the Holy Quran. In verse number 21, Ayat number 21, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, had I revealed this Holy Quran upon the mountain would have broken into pieces in fear. And I used to give human being this example so that they may think on it. Allahu Akbar. This Holy Quran, so important that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, had I revealed this upon the mountain, on the mountain would have been broken down into pieces in fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed this Holy Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us directions. How we shall lead our personal life, how we shall lead our family life, how we shall lead our social life, how we shall lead our national life as well as our international life. In all fields, this Holy Quran contains directions for us. And we the Muslims, we the believers of Islam are violating the directions of this Holy Quran on each and every moment. In the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prohibited to take bribe. But we the Muslims, we are being involved in taking and giving bribe. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Taking and giving bribe is prohibited in Islam. But still then, Many Muslims are being involved in this offense of bribe. Riba, interest. Taking interest and giving interest is completely haram, completely prohibited in Islam. But we the Muslims are being involved with the interest. Nowadays, it is very difficult to find even a single house. The member of that house are not involved with the interest. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Cheating, deceiving people is prohibited in Islam. Nowadays, cheating, deceiving people has become a tradition. Telling a lie is completely prohibited in Islam. But nowadays, telling a lie has become a fashion. Nauzubillahi min zalik. In each and every moment, we the Muslims are violating the rules and regulations of the Holy Qur'an, which is very much unfortunate. Where in verse number 21, Suratu Hasr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, had I revealed this Holy Qur'an on the mountain would have broken into pieces in fear of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we the Muslims do not fear Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We fear people. We are committing many offenses, hiding ourselves. But we do not know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching us. We are being watched. We are being seen by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do not think on this. So being a Muslim, we shall always remember that on each and every moment we are being seen, being perused, being watched. All the activities are being seen, being perused by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the Arsh Azim. And as we know, two angels on our right and left, Kiraman Katibin. Our right angel is recording our good deeds. Our left angel is recording our misdeeds, recording our offenses. But we do not care it. It is very much unfortunate. It is very much unfortunate for a Muslim. We are very much careless of this. Next relevant verse in today's tafsir is verse number 29, Surah Ad-Dahr. In verse number 29, Surah Ad-Dahr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Inna hadhihi tadhkira faman sha'a attakhadha ila rabbihi sabila. Obviously, this Holy Quran, it is an advice. And if anyone wants to find out a way, he may find out a way. That means this Holy Quran is a guideline for us to be succeeded in here and hereafter. If anyone wants to follow this Holy Quran, he will be succeeded both here and hereafter. So it is upon us whether we shall follow it or not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this holy book, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a discretion to follow it or not to follow it. It is our discretion. It is upon us. If we want to follow it, we will be succeeded both here and hereafter. But if we do not follow this Holy Quran, this holy book, we will be unsuccessful both here and hereafter. So, in today's Tafsirul Quran Mahfil, we are discussing regarding the importance, excellence, necessity, greatness of the Holy Quran. Now, inshallah, we shall go with some relevant hadith on today's tafsir. First hadith in today's tafsir is An Usman radiallahu anhu قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلم رواه البخاري الترمذي. This hadith has been recorded both in the Bukhari and the Tirmizi, and it is the Sahih hadith. This hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Usman radiallahu anhu, the third Khalifa of Islam. He has said that our beloved Prophet has said, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَ. Among you, he is the best who learns the Holy Quran and who teaches the Holy Quran others. Allahu Akbar. So learning the Holy Quran properly and trying to teach it others is the best job. And the person who does this, he is the best person in the society. Allahu Akbar. Rawahul Bukhari and Tirmizi. So it is our utmost duty, it is our foremost duty, it is mandatory, it is obligatory on our behalf to learn the Holy Quran properly, rightly, perfectly, and after learning this Holy Quran, we must try to teach people this Holy Quran. Then we will be the best among the people. Next relevant hadith in today's tafsir is An Jabir radhiyallahu anhu قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أفضل العبادة قراءة القرآن رواه البخاري. This hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Jabir radhiyallahu anhu. He said that our beloved Prophet has said, Afdalul ibadah, the best worship, the best job is recitation of the Holy Quran. Rawahul Bukhari. There are many ibadat, worship, and among all the worships, among all the ibadat, recitation of the Holy Quran is the best. Rawahul Bukhari. An Jabir radhiyallahu anhu قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم رواه مسلم. Hazrat Jabir radhiyallahu anhu has narrated this hadith. He has said that our beloved Prophet has said that the best word, the best utterances, the best speech is the Holy Quran. The best talking is the Holy Quran. Best utterances is the Holy Quran. And the best way is the way of beloved Prophet. Allahu Akbar. Rawahu Muslim. Next hadith in today's tafsir is An Abi Umama radhiyallahu anhu سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول اقرأوا القرآن فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا أصحابه رواه مسلم. This hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Umama radhiyallahu anhu. He said that I have heard our beloved Prophet saying, recite this Holy Quran, because this Holy Quran will recommend for those who recite this. Allahu Akbar. If we take the Holy Quran as our guideline in all respects of our life, and we try to know the meanings and explanation of the Holy Quran, and if we try to implement the rules and regulations of the Holy Quran in our personal life, in our family life, in our social life, in our national life, as well as in the international level, if we try, inshallah, this Holy Quran will recommend for us on the day of judgment to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Rawahu Muslim. Next hadith in today's tafsir is An Abbasin radhiyallahu anhu qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Innal ladhi laysa fi jawfihi shay'un min al-Qur'an kal baytil qarib. Rawahu Tirmizi. This hadith has been narrated by Hazrat Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu. He said that the heart where there is no Qur'an, it is nothing but an abandoned house. Rawahu Tirmizi. In an abandoned house, we do not want to go there. And here, the heart, where there is no Holy Quran, has been compared with the abandoned house. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Rawahu Tirmizi. So, this Holy Quran has been narrated by this Holy Quran has been revealed by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon our beloved Prophet, directing us how shall we lead our personal life, family life, social life, national life, as well as international life. In all fields of our life, there are directions in the Holy Quran. So it is mandatory, it is obligatory for each and every Muslim to try to know the meanings and explanation of the Holy Quran. And after knowing the meaning and explanation of the Holy Quran, we must try our level best to implement the rules and regulations of Quran in our life of all fields. Now inshallah, we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before offering prayer, let us recite Durood. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma amin. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا رب هب لي من الصالحين رب زدني علما أستغفر الله اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى والله. We, some of your servants, have been gathered here in this Tafsirul Mahfil, and we have discussed from your Holy Quran and Sahih Hadith. We have made many mistakes. Please forgive our all mistakes and accept this Tafsirul Mahfil. O Allah, forgive our all sins. O Allah, increase our sustenance. O Allah, you know what is in our heart. Please fulfill our all good desires in our heart. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.